Most people don't fail at weight loss because of bad diet, slow metabolism, or lack of willpower. They fail because of something much deeper, something most people don't even realize. After helping thousands of people lose weight, I started noticing a pattern: the people who succeed and the people who fail. There's only one real difference, and the truth might just shock you. If you ever started to diet, lose some weight, and then gain it all back, this is why. The number one reason why people fail isn't physical, it's mental. Anytime a new client gets on board, the very first question we ask is, why are you overweight? And they always sit there and they think about it. Well, it's accountability, consistency, and discipline. Those three things aren't physical, they're mental. And when I tell them that, they sit there and they take a step back and they're like, yeah, this is a mental game. Because a lot of people think it's always physical. It's not. And that's one thing I definitely got wrong when I was overweight. I was always trying to figure out the little things when it came down to the physical side of things. That is not the best way to go about it. When I finally switched it and I was like, okay, let's really work on the mentality here, that's when things changed. I'm telling you right now, working on the mentality side of things will change everything for you, because you could know everything: how to lose weight, the best way to do it, body recomposition, whatever. You could be a rocket scientist, but if you don't apply it for yourself, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. You'll stay the same. Look, I did the same exact thing. When I was overweight, I was just thinking about the physical side of things. What can I change? What's that one food hack that's really gonna take me to that finish line? It's not how it works. But the mentality is that one thing that you need in order to accomplish weight loss. People saying, I have a slow metabolism. I just love food too much. I have no willpower. I just don't have time. But the truth is, I've worked with people that have all of those problems. Bad genetics, food addiction, no time, and they still lose weight. So if that's not it, what is it? You see, back when I was overweight, I used to think that I just wasn't built for this, that I was always just going to be this big guy. But here's what I didn't realize at the time. The real reason most people fail isn't because they can't lose weight. It's because they still see themselves as the person who always fails. They still believe they're the overweight guy, the girl who always quits, the person who loves food too much to ever change. You can't change your body until you change your mind. I mean, think about it. If you see yourself as the overweight person, you'll always act like it. You'll say things like, I'm just not built for this, or I always fail diets, and you'll prove yourself right every single time. And this is how you're gonna change it. Stop saying, I'm gonna try to lose weight. Start saying, I'm becoming a healthier person. Your words do matter. If you keep saying you're someone who quits, you will quit. But if you start saying, I'm the kind of person who takes care of my body, you'll start acting like it. Act like the person you want to be. If you're already in great shape, how would you eat? How would you move? How would you think about food? Start acting like the person before you get there. That is how you change your identity. Because I remember when I was overweight, I switched on a dime. I was 315 pounds and I was just depressed. But to this day, I still remember myself looking in the mirror and I just wanted something else. I wanted to be that big bad bodybuilder. And me literally thinking that made me be that person. So I started training like them, eating like them. So my mentality was up here. I was that person. It just took time for the physical part to really catch up to that mental. There's not this one big golden bullet that's gonna help you lose the weight. It's these small little BBs that really add up to the big picture. And when those small BBs add up, that's when you start accomplishing it. And those small BBs, they do add up. You also have to stop letting the scale define you. Most people fail because the scale doesn't move fast enough. But a fit, healthy person doesn't rely on quick wins. They stay consistent no matter what. If you ever make decisions like the fit version of yourself, the weight will take care of itself. Again, I used to believe I was just the big guy. That was my identity. And every time I lost weight, I would eventually self-sabotage and gain it back. Because deep down, I still believed that's who I was. The moments things changed, when I stopped trying to lose weight, when I started becoming a different person, I started making decisions like someone who already's fit. And before I knew it, I was. I am that person now that trains extremely hard. All those times waking up early, eating the food I necessarily didn't want to eat, going to bed at a good time, sacrificing the time to actually make this happen. All those things led up to now. Because just a few years ago, I was thinking about the person of who I am today. The confident guy, the person that always smiles without actually faking it, the person that doesn't think someone's judging them, having to be funny just to fit in. All those things stopped. And at the end of the day, I have to thank my old self for actually making this happen, because without him, I wouldn't be here. Guys and girls, if you are struggling, here's a challenge for you. Stop dieting, start becoming. I just wanted to make a video because I know a lot of people are always looking for physical tips, but the best tips I could give you is mental, because dieting is 80% mental. The mental game is what's gonna take you to the finish line. But honestly, don't just take my word for it. Listen to what my clients actually have to say about this whole situation. Check it out. What kept you guys overweight for so long? Do you think it's more of a physical thing or a mental thing?
And I want everyone just to really think about this. And I want you to explain your answer. Is it more of a physical problem or a mental problem? And explain why. Willie say, let's go. Let's hear it, man.
Yeah. So mine is a mental and medication problem.
Mm,
So yeah, my with mine, I consume a lot of food due to my medication, and I won't blame it on the medication more. It's more self-control, but it's that hunger that always keeps me driving to eat more and more and more. I think if I cut out the medication, it's gonna be a deadly cost to me, and I believe that if I maintain just a active lifestyle, that's all that matters. And seeing that
yeah.
those numbers drops is great for me. Just keeping up that intake and the outtake is good enough for me.
Could you also argue the medication, regardless of the medication, it is still more of a mental factor? Just because if you are still extremely hungry, you could have that mental strength to say no to food, regardless of that mental or
Absolutely.
regardless of that medication.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just that mental strength that requires the push and the oomph
Mm.
of saying no to it.
Yeah.
And the doctors are pushing Wegovy, Ozempic towards me, and I'm saying no to that. Like, let me do this on my own. And until then, like, I'm just gonna keep doing this to my own and just dropping those weight.
Awesome. Dude, I'm proud of you. Dude,
Yeah.
really say thank you, man.
I think it's I would say it's more of a mental thing, honestly,
Yeah.
because it's like you can choose. You first off, you choose, everything you do, but it's more of like almost like you want to realize if you want to lose weight or gain weight. You're just kind of in that. And if you are trying to lose weight, it's more of like you have to have that mentality to make sacrifices, make cuts, and choose the right things versus falling into old habits and that kind of thing. Forcing yourself to, change your lifestyle and go to the gym and just do all these new things. I definitely think it's because it's easy to just not do anything and just live and continue habits. And that's why I think it's a mental thing because it's like you have to kind of want it and you have to have that
Yeah.
that mental strength to change and to do all that stuff. So I would say mental, but there's physical too because everybody's different. Some people, might not have the physical abilities to do certain things to lose weight. You know what I mean? Like with
Mm-hmm.
if you're older or something or younger or whatever. So you could argue
100%.
both, but I would, in my opinion, I'm gonna say mental. I'd say it's a mental.
Leaning more towards mental. Yeah. And I always say this, man. You could have all the knowledge in the world. You could know every trick and every hack for weight loss, but if you don't apply it, it's not going to happen. And that just comes down to the mentality side of things. So,
Yeah.
dude, no, I love what you got to say, man.
I think I'd say it's a mental thing because back then I really love eating food. I eat it when I'm bored, when I'm not hungry. I just eat it excessively. It's like I feel invincible if I eat. But then little did I realize I work at a hospital setting, and then I just checked my blood pressure. I was like, oh no, it's pretty high. I'm getting pretty vulnerable, so I gotta do something about it. It's pretty much a mental thing for me because I didn't put my mind to it, man. Like I didn't care
100%.
about me being skinny. I just want to be happy. But then when I found out that I'm not gonna be vulnerable, that I'm gonna be vulnerable anytime soon, like I gotta make something happen. So it's a mental thing for me.
Mental. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say for me personally, uh, overall mental, I
Yeah.
would say the mental bled into the physical because like I would not want to work out and all that stuff, and then I'd end up with a bad back. So physically, I wasn't able to for spurts of time. Um,
Mm.
but I would say unless you have like an extreme disability or something like that, then I feel like it's always mental.
Kind of like what Carter was
Because
saying.
yeah, like you're always people will say, "Oh, I just don't go to gym. I don't have the motivation." It's like, well, do something about it then. It's like, oh, I can't
Exactly.
eat healthy
100%.
because I love food. Like, so do I. I just, instead of eating regular ranch, I make my own, like, so it
Yeah.
all comes down to the temptations, the drive,
The
the
constant
discipline.
battles.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday,
100%.
my wife's birthday was on the 18th and she got Krispy Kremes and she was working in the office yesterday. So I was at home working and I like opened up the box, looked at them, and like out loud, I was like, no, I don't need it. Shut it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
But it was
man.
tempting.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
It's mental for me. I live in the gym, to be honest with you. I'm always going to the gym. I'm somewhat active. Unless I'm like working, then I'm sitting at a desk, but it's just the food aspect, whether it's me being lazy to cook or me being lazy to get home to eat the food that's in my house. Like usually, like if I go to the gym, I'll drive, and my house is, I call it Fat Boy Row, because all the fast food places, you have to go past them to get to my street, and
Tough.
it is tough. Sometimes I'll even go to the grocery store, and then I'll drive home, go through that. I'm like, let me get a double cheeseburger. I'm like, what are you doing, man? You just went to the
It's tough,
grocery
man.
store. Yeah. So I would say for
100%.
me, it's mostly mental.
The biggest one was mental for me. It always came down to discipline, which led to excuses. For me, I would always make an excuse. Whether it be, oh, I'm too tired to cook, oh, I don't feel like eating healthy. Even bigger picture, if you think mentally, I know some of us have always been or have been there, but I'm always going to be fat, so why does it even matter? That was my problem for the longest time, is I always kept these crutches, basically saying like, you're going to be fat, just don't waste your energy, really. Go to that drive-thru. It's going to be a lot easier, going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save 2 hours not going to the gym. You can play video games, do something else. Stuff that wasn't productive. It was
100%.
honestly counterintuitive to do all those things. So once I joined the program, locked it down, that all those excuses kind of melted away.
Dude, I honestly just wanted to pick all your guys' brains, and every single one of you said mental. So I think that that sums it up. It is a mental battle.
If you guys are struggling with trying to lose weight, becoming that person that you're wanting to become, PeachFitWellness.com. I can't wait to help you myself. Let's do this journey together. I'll see you there.